x and y in the figure. All right, so since we know that that's 120, we know that the exterior angle 120 is equal to 80 plus x, because it's equal to the sum of the two interior angles, two remote interior angles. So if I subtract by 80, I end up with 40 is equal to x. So that measure right here is 40 degrees. And then if that's 120, 124, by the triangle sum theory, I know 120 plus 124 plus 24 plus y equals 180. That gives us the 144 plus y equals 180, and y is equal to 36. All right, there's our two answers, 36 and 40. Number 2 is actually easier than what we made this out to be. Take a look at this. Draw the three altitudes. Altitude goes from vertex perpendicular to opposite. So that's the definition, vertex perpendicular to opposite side. So if I go from A, I'm going to use a red color pen so you can see it a little bit better. If I go from A, that is the altitude right there. It's the leg of the triangle. If I go from C, that is the altitude. So as soon as two altitudes intersect, then that's my point. But it said draw 3, so from this one, it'd be about there. So we're looking at the point of intersection of 4 and 2. That is the orthocenter. Okay. It's better without, but Addison, is it better without the light or with the light?
Like that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Okay. All right, let's take a look at number 3. And if PS is equal to 12, which is the entire thing, if PS is 12, then I know that PV is 8 and VS is 4. Right? And so that's actually letter C. 8 and 4. If UV is 2.7, that's this right here, then that makes RB 2 times that, which is 5.4. And then if ST is 7.3, I guess we don't really even need that, do we? Don't need that info. Well, we know that that's 5.4, and that's 2.7. We just add those together, and we get 8.1 for RU. That's it for inside that triangle. Number 4 says, what is XZ? What is XZ? Well, we know that these are equidistant from the rays, and so I can set up 7h minus 5 is equal to 3h plus 5. So 4h then is equal to 10. X is equal to 5 halves, 10 fourths. That's not what they were asking for. Well, I switched to X to kind of shoot the whole H is equal to 5 halves. Now, if I plug that in for XZ, I have 3 times 5 halves plus 5, 15 halves plus 5. And we end up with 12.5. Questions on number 4? All right, turn over to number 5. Triangle QRS is shown. The exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles, so 6x is equal to 2x plus 3 plus 77. That's our equation that we needed. And so 4x is equal to 80, and x is equal to 20. That wasn't again what they're asking for. We plug that in for x. And we end up with 43 degrees. Number 6, in triangle, is it equilateral, isosceles, or neither? Well, we know that all three angles added together give us 180, so let's do that first. So 2x plus 2x plus 3x minus 30 equals 180. Now let's solve for x. That's 4, 7 is equal to 210, and x is equal to 30. Once I solve that x is equal to 30, then that makes this angle 60, this angle 60, and this angle 60. Some of you just didn't go far enough. That makes that an equilateral with each angle equal to 60. That's number 6. Number 7, Josh, can A be the sides of the triangle? 4.7. Yes, it can. Alexis, how about 2, 9, and 12? No, it can't. 2 plus 9 is not greater than 12. How about 3, 5, and 8? No, it can't. It's got to be greater than the third side. Cannot be equal to the third side. How about 10, 12, and 15?
Yes.
Yes, it can. So the answers went yes, no, no, yes. Polygon STUVW is shown. We know that 5 minus 2 times 180 is our formula to find all the angles added together, and so that equals 540. And so I have 90 plus 90 plus 2x plus 2x plus x is equal to 540 degrees. That was the equation that we're looking for. So 180 plus 5x equals 540. 5x then is equal to 360, and x equals 72 degrees. So that's equal to angle U. Angle U equals 72. That makes angle T and angle V 144, and angle S and angle W, which was given, 90 degrees. So there's our 5 angles. Questions? Anybody? Got it? All right, good. Let's go on. Number 9. All right, here's a quadrilateral. That means all 4 angles, well, we go 4 minus 2 times 180. That's 2 times 180. That is 360. So all 4 angles add up to be 360 degrees. So 127 plus 119 plus 54 plus 3x equals 360. Okay, so 127 and 119, what's that? 246? 246, that's 300. So 300 plus 3x equals 360. 3x equals 60, and x equals 20. That's all they wanted, was x equals 20. All right, questions on the second side? Anything? All right, let's go to the next side. Number 10, another one of these exterior angle theorem. 152 is equal to 2x plus 3x plus 2. 152 is equal to 5x plus 2. 150 is equal to 5x, and then x is equal to 30 degrees, or 30. All right, another one. 105 is equal to 25 plus x. If I subtract 25, that looks like that's what, 80? 80 equals x. Number 11. For the given triangle, state the sides. How do we state the sides with segments from shortest to longest based on the given angles? Well, if this is the smallest angle, the side opposite is the shortest side. So BC is the smallest side. If this is the next smallest angle, the side opposite would be AC, and the last one would be AB. Do the same thing for all three. Smallest angle makes AB the smallest side. And I didn't care that you had the inequality, just that it was in order from shortest to longest. That would make AC then next, and then BC would be the largest, or the longest. And the last one, smallest angle, opposite makes AB the smallest side, and then BC, and then BC. In that order. All right, let's go to this one. Actually, this is one that we had on a homework quiz, or a warm-up quiz. Exact same problem. So HI is connecting the mid-segments. If this is 18.2, then that makes HI 9.1. That's half of it. GE is half of it. So that's also 9.1. Angle HGD is, well, now we've also learned that that is a consecutive angle, which makes it supplementary, 122 degrees. But we also know that cut by a transversal, same side interior angles are supplementary. DF, where is DF? Is this F here? Oh, there we go. So the entire side. So if this is 17.5, that makes this whole side 35 in length. And measure of angle HIF, where is that at? That's right here. Okay, that's, oh, sorry, thank you. HIF from here to here. That would make it equal to this one because they're alternate interior angles. That's 58. And then measure of angle D is also 58. Okay, number 13, I'm going to go off the grid on a graph paper so we can look at this. We have all right, so we have negative 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 2, negative 3. And we have 1, 4. Alright, so when I connect these, just a rough sketch. If I'm trying to find the altitude, then the altitude to this side, I have to extend this side. Something like that. Something like that. Extend this side. Something like that. So approximately, I can see where my altitude is going to be. That's a very rough sketch, which is really all we need, because now to find this, we're going to use slope and then perpendicular slope, things like that. Okay? So let's find the slope of our three sides. Slope of xy. You guys see that on there? Okay, good. The slope of xy would be the change of y or the change of x. So 4 minus a negative 3 over negative 5 minus 2. So we end up with 7 over negative 7, which is negative 1. So the slope of xy from here to here is negative 1. That means the perpendicular slope right here has to be positive 1. perpendicular slope is positive 1 of xy. Okay, so, now let's find the slope of xz. Slope of xz is going to be 0 because it's going to be a horizontal line. Oh, this had to be up here. So slope is 0. And so the perpendicular slope is undefined or a vertical line. Is that better? Alright, so the point's gonna be out here in this point somewhere out there. So we know that we have a vertical line. Finish this is undefined. Because it's a vertical line. And that makes the x value to be 2. So now if we want to find what the other coordinate is, we know that the perpendicular slope is 1 and it has to go through the coordinate of the z, which is 1/4. So then I go slope equals 1, use the point slope form. So y minus 4 is equal to 1, x minus 1. Clean that up a little bit. And so y is going to equal x plus 5. All right, well, we know what our value is, and we end up with at a point of 2, 5 for our coordinate. So the answer oh, sorry, this is, this equation, with that equation it is, Alexis, let me fix this, sorry. This is not plus 1, this is minus 1. And then when I add 4, that makes this 3. And so when I put my 2 value in, then I get y equals 5. And so my point of intersection is 2, 5. Sorry about that. You guys see that? So that's -1, and I add 4 and I get +3. Okay, let's come back to 14. All right, so Ln, can you see that okay? Yep, that's a median. So Ln is gonna actually be half of 6, which is 3. So this is 3 right there. Focus that a little bit. That makes that 3. IL, I don't know yet. MN is 2.5. That makes IN 5. Okay, then I can use Pythagorean theorem. 5 squared is equal to 3 squared plus, and we call this x squared. So 25 is equal to 9 plus x squared, or 16 is equal to x squared. And so x is equal to 4. So IL is equal to 4. And then IM would be 5 plus 2.5. So we get 7.5. Okay, questions?